Hello and welcome to Spotlight. This show is brought to you by Africa Teen City, creators of Africa Teen Summit. Spotlight is a gathering of the continent's remarkable teenagers changing their community, the motherland, continent, and the world for good. We bring together the brightest teen innovators, inventors, advocates, entrepreneurs, entertainment personalities, sport and technology personalities to share ideas that will transform the continent of Africa positively. This show was created to inspire, motivate, and educate.
Yeah, and today we're going to talk about how we can uplift, how music can uplift the continent of Africa. But if we're talking about music and Africa, first of all, what is Africa? Africa, according to research, is the second largest and the second most populous continent after Asia, which covers 6% of the Earth's surface area and 20% of the land area and about 16% of the human population. Approximately 934 million people, which black as a dominant skin color. Now, you know what Africa is. What is music? Music, as we all know, is a combination of vocal or instrumental sounds to form harmony and expression of emotion. So music is being played at parties, festivals, wedding ceremonies, naming ceremonies, in our cars, our homes, as lullabies to put babies to sleep. That's why we say music is life, because it suits the soul and it tells the mood of someone, whether somebody is happy or sad. Now, the genre of music, it differs among the countries, the tribes, the nations, the religions, and the topography within which the people live within, the culture. So, African music, we all know African music has some uniqueness that it has some kind of uniqueness due to the similarities in our culture. Afro pop, Afrobeat, jazz, high life, azonto, palogo, and many others have come to stay because we are passionate about our culture. Now, talking about African music and our culture, let's take Black Panther for an example. Black Panther, when you watch Black Panther, you will see culture, you will see music, you will see the tribe, and you will see that they are passionate about what they are doing. You see what the topography within which they live, and you will see what they are made of. Now, we've explained music, we have explained Africa. Now, how can music uplift the continent? In fact, there are thousands and million ways music can uplift the continent. Because Nelson Mandela once said, the curious beauty of music is that it uplifts, although it tells a sad story. You may be old, you may be poor, you may have only a ramshackle house, you may have lost your job, but the music tells the story. So, now music, it leaves hope, it gives hope. As Nelson Mandela says, it gives the hope to you to continue doing what you are doing. And music gives hope from the lyrics you hear from some of the songs. It pushes you to do more, and then it fights for justice. For example, Nelson Mandela dream to fight for justice for South Africa was rekindled by music such as Alpha Blondie's America, and then Sarafina's Freedom is Coming Tomorrow. So we know that we have some lyrics to motivate us to keep on fighting for justice. And also music play a major role in bringing people together. For example, African Music Awards, where I had the chance to perform, you see that because it's Africa, you have a lot of people from different types of countries here in Africa to meet and have conversations, to do business, and it's all because of music. The major language we all understand is music. Let's take Michael Jackson's We Are the World, for example. When this pandemic came, the coronavirus came, before schools were closed, my teachers were like, wow, Michael Jackson said that people are dying. And yes, it's true. In this pandemic, coronavirus has come, people are dying. It is a language. They took these things from the We Are the World song and then they said it. So music is a universal language. Somebody understands the lyrics and then pushes on to what he or she wants to do. And music draws attention to Africans and shows citizens in the developed country that Africa is also a growing continent and not just a sad story to tell. It tells that Africa, we're building ourselves, and we're not only telling a sad story that when today you'll hear that this country and this country are fighting, but we're also, through music, we're also telling the developed countries that Africa is a growing country and not just a sad story to tell. And music can also improve educational system, especially for the African child. Pluto once said, music is more potent instrument than any other for education. Music is also a language for education. Let's take an example for this kids rhymes. When you go to school, they'll say, a lion has a tail, it has a big head and a very small waist. We all know these rhymes, and they sing these rhymes for children to remember what they are being taught in class. And music also, it motivates and teaches in educational way with the signs. So a lion has a head. They know that they have a head and a lion also has a head because of the actions that is being portrayed for them to see and also know where the parts of a lion. So music also can increase the economic growth of the African continent. Aside the sale of music, music draw other kinds of revenue, other kind of revenue such as concerts, tourists, festivals, and also creates job opportunities for those in need. Just as the Afrima, when you listen to what is in the lyrics of the song, you will know that no, this and this is the right thing to do and this is the bad thing to do, to change the perception that people have against or towards Africans. Example, Fela Kuti from Nigeria, Osibisa from Ghana, and others from our neighboring African countries made justice to this by the music they made. And I'll say may their soul rest in perfect peace. And music also motivates and enlightens the current and the future generations to embrace and learn from our culture. When you go to South Africa, they have the types of songs they make. When you come to Ghana, we have the types of songs we make. And it's the topography. We use, some music uses the culture, what is around the town or what is happening in the country to create the music, to make the coming generations and the future to also know what was happening in the olden days. So when you grow up and say, no, I want to build a hospital, he said, oh, so this man had a hospital. You knew that through music. It will enlighten and pushes, it will push and music can also stop child abuse. It can stop social vices, teenage pregnancy, gender equality. It can fight for gender equality and environmental protection, and many others. So I think that if all artists, the whole world, not just Africans, if we all come together and maybe create a song to fight for gender equality, maybe all the female artists in the whole wide world come together and create a song to fight for gender equality. It will be like, yeah, they know what they are doing. And because they know what they are doing, they've created a song to fight for it. And I think that it will work perfectly than any other thing because it's one voice. It's so many voices that has been added to create a song. So everybody and what she is facing or he is facing, and share the story through the music. It can also fight to stop child abuse. Let's say this is African Teen Summit, and if all these teens comes together and share their story and what is going on in their country, I think it can stop child abuse or whatever is happening against children in their country. It can stop environmental pollution. It can bring good environment. I mean, you need to breathe in good air in this pandemic to prevent yourself from coronavirus. So, I mean, if you come together and we fight for all these things, I think it should be good through music. We can uplift Ghana as a continent, Africa as a continent. And there is a saying in Ghanaian language that Techirema Impro. That means the tongue does not get rotten. So if all these voices and all these tongues come together to fight for what they want to fight, I think it will work very well. Music is the best gift every African child can have to uplift the continent Africa. Thank you.